Back here, WHIP, Philly's #1 college radio station. We are now here joined with Temple legend John Baum here, Temple Duke at the Izod Center. John, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. This is an exciting day for Temple basketball.
Oh, it's definitely an exciting day, but when you played back in the day, the Big Five, I had my first Big Five experience as a New Yorker the other night, Temple going up against Villanova. What was it like for you as a player going over to the Palestra and playing in a Big Five game?
Absolutely a special moment. Nothing like it. I played pro ball, as you know. Nothing like playing in the Big Five, playing at the Palestra. At that time, the first team that scored the first basket, they would throw streamers onto the court.
Right?
Toilet paper, anything they could find, they would throw it onto the court. And then when the other team scored, then they started over again.
Now as a player, how'd that take you out of your rhythm? Because it took a while to clean that stuff up with all the fans in the building.
But they got pretty good at it, and we didn't mind at all. That was all part of the excitement of being in the Big Five, playing at the Palestra.
Today's game is very big for the Temple Owls. We all know what happened last year. Temple defeated Duke over at the Wells Fargo Center. But this Duke team is much better than the team last year. They already beat 3 top 5 teams this year. They're looking like a real good basketball team.
This team is much better. One, because they've come together. I thought last year's team had some problems. They weren't able to connect. Not sure why. Maybe because of Rivers was mainly thinking about maybe going to the next level. This team, they're all together. You can see they're together, and as a result, they're playing much better basketball.
And their depth is absolutely incredible. 5 players over 10 points per game. That presents a big challenge for Fran Dunphy's squad today.
It does. It does. And, you can't zero in on one guy. You have to really pay attention to all the guys. But the player on the floor is Plumlee. He's the guy that you have to give special attention to.
For me, that's the biggest challenge in this game today. It's going to be Fran Dunphy's squad trying to defend the big man. The Temple Owls have struggled this year going up against the big guy. I remember Delaware, Hagan's had a big-time game. Plumlee, and not only him, Kelly as well. Those are 2 big challenges for the Temple Owls today. As a player, how would you go about guarding those 2 big men?
Well, you have to help out. Lee's going to be the main guy that's going to cover him, but you have to have weak side help. Don't be surprised if Coach Dunphy from time to time may throw out a zone. He's been able to use the zone effectively against a big team.
We're talking to John Baum, and John does the games along with my good friend Harry Donahue, who's been on the show many times. Zach Gelb here at the Izod Center for WHIP. The guard matchups in this game. Khalif Wyatt always plays big in the big game. We saw what he did the other night up against Villanova. Got off to a slow start, but in the second half really started to come into his own. And today is a tough matchup going up against Seth Curry.
He's going to have a real challenge. I think Coach K learned last year about Khalif Wyatt, so he's going to have a special type of defense trying to stop him. But Khalif is so smart. His basketball IQ is so strong and so high, he's going to find a way to get through it.
And you look at this game, and it's absolutely incredible when these 2 teams go up against each other. Last time these Temple had 2 back-to-back victories was the 49-50 season going up for this team. But you see what they're doing right now. What do they have to do to win today and send Coach K home with the loss?
Well, I think the key is something the teams have not been able to do against this ball club successfully. It's rebound the basketball. This Duke ball club, surprisingly for a team to be so good, they don't really do a great job on the glass. Their opposition have at least 1 more rebound than they do on the average. So if Temple's able to have a decisive advantage on the boards, which they can using their quickness, that make and protect the basketball. Watch your turnovers. This could be an interesting ball game.
Besides Anthony Lee, because he's been very dominant down low this season for the Temple Owls, who has to help him down low in that post?
Well, I think Hollis Jefferson's been doing a great job filling in. He's only 6'6", but he plays big, so he's going to help out well. And Scooty Randall, he's doing a nice job come in, 6'6", doing a nice job sliding down a little bit, playing on the defensive side.
Are you surprised Scooty comes off that knee injury? He's getting so many minutes this year. You think he can last the whole season the way he's playing?
I think so. Scooty made the right decision not coming back last year in January or February. We talked about it, and I suggested to him that let that knee get strong, give him a chance to play over the spring, and when he comes back this year, he'll be a better ball player.
We've seen this team this year. They've had a lot of three-point shots, especially with the big man, Brian Dalton Pepper. He has to get in a rhythm. Is this team too reliant on the three-point ball?
I thought they did so in the first half against Villanova. Over half of their shots were 3 attempts. I think they need to try to drive the ball, get to the basket, get fouled. I think that'll do much better for them, especially against a team like Duke, because Duke, they want you to take that outside shot.
I would have to imagine if the Owls find a way to get a victory today, I don't think they're going to win this game, but I believe it will be a close one, that this win today would be more impressive than the win from a year ago at the Wells Fargo Center.
I don't know. That win was just exciting, and that has to go down as one of the top 5 wins in Temple basketball history.
John, I appreciate the time. Thanks
Absolutely.
so much for coming up here.
Thank you.
We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back right after these short messages.